Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303, episode 252. Today's episode, we'll get into head-to-head review. It was bad for just about everybody. We'll get into pop culture pick'em, top 5 best snacks, follow up to last week's top 5 worst snacks. We'll get into what the fuck headline. We have a pretty comedic one, and we'll get into blind 5, and then the meat and potatoes will consist of the 2024 NFL draft preview. I guess I should do introductions now, right? So I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Morahan, and as always, we have with us and Nevada Putnam. Eric's not with us right now. He's taking another one of his lives for the year. What are we at? Is he at 4?
-3.
He's already missed that many. He might already be dead, like based in cat.
He's already dead. Yeah.
So
we've had to resurrect him a couple times.
we're friends with our buddy Roz. He lets us use his pit. How you doing this evening, Nick?
I'm currently watching the Winnipeg Jets Colorado Avalanche game. It's not going great. It didn't go great in game 1. The Jets just got a power play. So, great stuff.
I love how attentive you are to the podcast as you're talking. Like
great
your eyes are like right on this.
Well,
right on your
I'm
phone.
I was trying to see what the penalty was because it didn't look like he got tripped at all. But what do I know?
Okay, so the penalty's on the Avs, obviously. So how are you doing this evening, Nevada?
Up and down as the Avs game goes, but I'm doing all right.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice that the co-host and producer today are distracted, it's because they have teams that are good enough to qualify for the playoffs. But don't worry, my teams suck, so I'm here rooting for the number 1 overall pick in the NHL draft, and I'll keep us locked. Let's go ahead and get into the head-to-head review here. I just barely looked at this pre-show, and I didn't realize it was that bad for everybody.
Damn. You're riding hot off that Scotty Scheffler win. I think Scotty Scheffler is the first person to win the Masters and then win the event directly after the Masters since like 1958.
Jesus. Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier yet?
I think so. I think that was 47.
Pretty sure he did.
47?
Why did I think 52? I feel like
maybe it was 52.
One of us should know this. That's pretty embarrassing that neither of us knows this. And by one of us, mainly me, I should know this, right? As the resident,
1947.
Nailed it. All right, you're the baseball guy. That's good. I hit 2 parlays, 2 mixed parlays. Shout out to the NBA and NHL playoffs. And I also took Scotty Scheffler to win the RBC Heritage at -140. Nick had
I legitimately cannot buy a win right now.
Well, stop betting on the Rockies, dog. Like step 1, stop betting on the Rockies. How about that, dude?
No, never.
Groundbreaking strategy. Or if you're going to bet on the Rockies, bet on the other team to win by -1.5.
There you go.
Like the run line. Like
that would never work.
He's so down in the dumps, ladies and gentlemen, that the Canucks lost their goalie. And consensus would say, hey, you should probably bet the Red Hot Preds to win the series. And Nick said he's betting the Canucks.
0-13. Preds are 0-13 in series when they lose game 1.
and he's hanging on to these nuggets. I told you, more nuggets than Chick-fil-A. It's not working right now.
Nope.
He had a Detroit Tigers first 5 innings, Miami Marlins first 5 innings, Kansas City Royals first 5 innings. Like, again, dude, what are you doing? Although Detroit is red hot, and Miami split the series with the Cubs, which accounts for 33% of their wins at the end of that series, which is fucking
So I think what was happening is, so when I bet first 5 innings, I'm betting the starting pitcher, right? That's how you should bet first 5 innings. I think this was the day the Marlins were facing Kyle Hendricks, who has been awful to start the year.
And now he's on the IL.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It's probably better than the pitching performances he's been turning in.
And did the Marlins win the first 5 innings, or did any of them win the first?
Detroit won, Miami won, and I think KC lost.
Okay. Always one leg. As Nick is looking that up, we'll get into Nevada's. Oh, bro, you're hold on. Let me ask you this: did Ryan Blaney, was he the one who spun out?
He was involved in the last lap wreck. Yes.
Oh my goodness! But was there a Ford manufactured car leading that spun out?
In first place, yes. Playing some defense and got yep.
That was what I was gonna say. He was playing defense of all things, and he's the one who spun out. I was like, what are the odds?
Talladega always has a big one.
DraftKings is so they won't ever put most laps led because they're making so much money off you.
Oh, I know.
And thinking they're gonna have to pay out, but then they hit the Buffalo Wild Wings button and don't have to.
Well, and I'm pissed off with Austin Matthews too. I mean, he can't even score 70 goals. I mean, what kind of athlete is he?
69 for the boys.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, you shouldn't have bet against 69 for the boys.
That was it. I was rooting for 70, even though Nevada would have hit his parlay because Kucherov kind of went ballistic. But I'm glad you lost, Nevada.
Yep.
Because I need to catch up. I'm almost double-digit wins. Almost, baby.
What is my winning percentage?
Here's the fun game I get to play this week. Do I hit 40 losses before I hit 10 wins?
Ooh.
Eric bet the Sixers, got destroyed. He rage quit life on Sunday. Or was it not Sunday? Yesterday. If you watched the Sixers game yesterday, you understand why. That's why I think that's the real reason why he's not with us right now.
He didn't want to talk about it.
He didn't want to talk about the Sixers. So current records, I'm at 9-39, minus 17 units on the season. Nick is 4-43-1, minus 20 units on the season. Actually, 20.72. In the biz, we round up. That's minus 21. Nevada is 15-33. Oh, Nevada, I'm coming for you. Minus 6.63 units, so that's minus 7. Eric is 16-33 at plus 16 units.
I honestly don't know that I could dig myself out of this hole. I'm
gonna
have to keep
week 17.
I'm gonna have to keep. Yep, I'm gonna have to keep betting ridiculous parlays.
Dude, just pick 8 guys who hit home runs and bet them to hit home runs, and eventually you'll catch up.
Yeah, like I did last year.
Yeah, except be better.
Except I haven't hit a home run pick yet this year. So,
well, that's because you haven't bet a home run pick in ages.
It's been 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know
one yet.
I don't know if you've submitted one head to head as a home run pick yet.
Maybe. I don't know. We can probably look that up. But
who's leading the leagues in home runs right now?
That's a great question.
Who's leading the league?
Kyle Schwarber's probably up there.
Is his batting average any better this?
No, I don't think it is. Right now, Shohei Ohtani is hitting 364.
That's disgusting.
Let's see.
It makes me so mad.
Marcell Ozuna has 9 home runs.
Cool.
Is he hurt?
Is he hurt?
Or is someone on the Braves got hurt, right?
Maybe. It's possible. Spencer Strider?
Es posible.
It's
Spencer Strider for sure got hurt. I thought one of their big name bats got hurt, but that's
I don't know.
Shout out Ozuna. 9 home runs is nice.
Mike Trout, 8 home runs, 11 RBIs. By the way, for those who don't know baseball, you get an RBI for a home run.
Didn't half of those come in the first game?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
he hit 4.
Wasn't it 3 home runs in the first game or something?
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so sad for Mike Trout that I don't watch anymore. I had the Baltimore Orioles game on yesterday because I wanted to watch Jackson Holiday and Gunnar Henderson and all the young talent they have. Right? It was the Angels don't even register as a competitive team to me. That it wasn't until Mike Trout made a catch in the outfield that I was like, oh shit, I'm watching Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Like that's how sad I am about the Los Angeles Angels.
I think I'm the opposite in that, like, I've watched the Angels suck for so long while Mike Trout has been brilliant that I watched the opening day game, the first pitch of Baltimore, Los Angeles, and Trout hit a home run in that first inning, and I was like, "Yep." And then they lost.
You text me. I remember you text me with or the group chat. Not me.
Opening home run of the season. It's like, of course he did. 8 home runs, 11 RBIs. He has hit 8 home runs. He's batting .236 this year.
Look, if dumbass Manfred wants to win us over, he needs to force the Angels to trade Mike Trout.
Yeah,
like use his commissioner powers egregiously. He needs to use the commissioner powers egregiously and force them to trade Mike Trout.
Yes, and to the NL West.
No, let's trade him to the Phillies.
Oh, geez.
Because the Phillies versus Braves series would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Oh my god!
All right, let's get into pop culture pickup. Today's topic: top 5 best snacks. I have first choice, and this is too much pressure. I don't think I have a good enough first choice for top 5 best snacks. But the order is myself, Nick, Nevada. I'm gonna go hot Cheetos.
That's good.
I think that's the best first choice I had. You know what I mean?
I will go my 1-2 chips and salsa.
Bro, you heard my soapbox already last week.
Unbeatable.
It's amazing. Shout out Jaybird Salsa. Jaybird makes a mean salsa. He made an avocado salsa the other day.
Damn.
Fantastic. My boy be using TikTok right. Well, that's not true. He sends some nonsense sometimes. But
he uses TikTok sometimes for good.
For good, yes. 70% he's on the money, and then there's like 30% like, Jaber, what the fuck are you sending me, dude?
He's in the Baseball Hall of Fame with his amount of good TikTok.
For sure. Those bad ones though, I'm just like, why? Why did you feel compelled to share this? All right, Nevada.
All right, I'm gonna go Fat America. I'm gonna go with pizza rolls.
Ooh, I didn't even have that down. That's
I didn't have that down either. Good call.
And then I'm gonna add on to the fatness with some taquitos.
Yeah.
See, look,
yeah.
Nevada just knows good snacks. I think he's gonna pick 10 fire snacks in 2 episodes.
I think that maybe that was his ploy, that he says there are no bad snacks. Watch me pick a list of 10 great snacks.
Although I did have a soapbox on taquitos and was told that you were white, so that's really awesome.
Yeah. I will keep it going. I'll go goldfish.
Ah, damn it!
A snack really that smiles back.
I don't really like goldfish.
Oh, I could eat a milk. One of those giant milk cartons. I could eat a milk carton of those.
That's a lot of gold. So here,
100%.
Yes.
First of all, that was the wrong sentence. Goldfishes are good. It's a snack that smiles back for a reason. Right. But if there was a table of snacks, I think goldfishes would be one of the last snacks I'd choose. Is kind of what I meant. But it's fire choice. I almost got crucified for saying I don't fuck with goldfish.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess you didn't have a fucking childhood then.
Oh, I'm double tapping the childhood here now that Nick mentioned that. I'm going Bagel Bites and Hot Pockets.
Yeah. Hot Pockets, though. If you had a bad microwave,
Dog, the dilemma that got everyone.
Which, by the way, kids out there, every 90s microwave was a bad microwave. You would either undercook the Hot Pocket and bite into some cold ass shit, or overcook it and get lava squirted to the roof of your mouth.
What's so funny is that Hot Pocket never corrected it. It's been the single greatest defect in manufacturing history. And Hot Pocket said, nah, fuck it. They'll figure it out.
They'll get it eventually, right?
Dude, you had to like find the perfect number. I remember my childhood one was 212.
And it differs with every mic.
No, and it's
same manufacturer, same year.
You could not go to your friend's house and put 212 and get the right Hot Pocket.
It would explode.
Dude, you had to clean that microwave.
He'd be like, what are you doing? 212 explodes the Hot Pocket.
Yeah,
you have to go 215.
You were at the mercy of your friend. You'd be like, hey, what do you want? You're like, a Hot Pocket? You're like, okay. Like, you want it hot? Like, I don't know. What's your microwave do?
Yeah.
You do its best. You do its best.
That's a lot of, that was a lot of trust and confidence we put in friends. Do you ever go over to the friend's house that they were like, their mom was like, I'll do pizza rolls or bagel bites in the oven. And you're like, ugh, what are we? No.
That's going to take 20 minutes.
They were better in the oven. What are you talking about?
Yeah, of course they're better in the oven. You know what? They're better in my stomach when you microwave them for 2 minutes.
Dude,
so Robert Oppenheimer didn't drop the bomb in Japan. Give me microwave so I can put them in the oven.
I will say this, that usually when I went to friend's house, you were getting full meals, like because they were all Hispanic.
So I was getting full meals, but because I was poor and abused as a child.
And here we go. You thought he got over this trauma. Woe is me. Nobody loved me. She loves cock.
Right. She does, huh? That's not an incorrect statement. All right. To stop talking about the Chiefs of the United States Navy, I'm going to go double stuff Oreos for my third pick.
This motherfucker. His crusade on single stuffed Oreos is wild.
I hate them so much. They should be banned. If you like single stuffed Oreos, just get vanilla wafers.
First of all, Oreos are not that great in general.
I have a Costco box of Oreos right now in my cabinet.
Costco?
Are they single stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you can't afford double stuff on a policeman's salary. I understand that.
I just got 12 sleeves of Oreos. I think I can manage.
I understand that, okay?
Look, Oreos
the good stuff yet.
Oreos are only good if they're put in milk.
True.
100%.
And the single stuff ones fall apart.
The consistency isn't good enough for Nick.
You can't waterboard the Oreo. It's
do. Oh my God, yes, you can.
It's like a 3 to 5 second dunk.
No, false. You leave that shit into your finger gets cold.
Till you get frostbite.
That's right.
I let it float on the top and then scooped it out with a fork when it was ready, dude. I'll let that marinate.
That's some psychopath behavior.
Wow.
What?
You
guys put your finger in the milk?
Yes, then drink it afterwards.
No.
Yeah.
Your fingers touched the milk and then you drank your nasty fingers.
No.
You were kids who did not wash your hands. I know the two of you. You barely wash your hands now.
I was gonna say I don't wash them now.
Yeah, you sickos.
If anything, I should wash my hands before I go to the bathroom and touch myself.
I've seen you hold your dick and walk out without washing, sickos.
At the same time, yeah.
All right, we've derailed. Let's get on, Nevada.
All right. This one I didn't think I would like until I grew up, but dried mangoes.
Didn't you just say dried fruit suck on the last one?
No, Eric said dried fruit sucks.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the dried mangoes with a little bit of sugar on them.
That does sound like an ancient person thing to say.
That dried fruit suck?
No, that he likes dried mangoes.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you like gumming them until they're soft?
Compared to the list,
the point. They are soft.
Do you like?
Have you never had dried mangoes?
I've had dried mangoes.
Pop-Tarts are better than dried mangoes.
Pop-Tarts are better than dried mangoes.
This fucking list.
Well, it's my list, and you guys can eat it.
No, we can't because you picked dried mangoes.
Because I can't eat dried mangoes.
All right. My next pick is going to be cracking open some salted peanuts.
Yeah. Yep.
Salted peanuts, huh?
Yep.
I mean, you
especially sitting out in the garage on a nice summer day, and you just crack them open and throw them.
Yeah, that can's not making it out alive either.
Oh, peanuts, like with the shells.
Yes.
I wasn't thinking with shells. I was thinking just like regular peanuts. I was like,
no.
It's a boring snack, dude. With the shells makes the difference.
Yeah, exactly. No, if you're just going with the planters where you just throwing your grimy mitts into the container and just stuff in your face.
First of all,
similar to the milk in your Oreos. You sickos.
First of all, I don't want to hear it, Nevada. I've seen you commit war crimes on Planters peanuts cans. So I don't want to hear you say that they're terrible.
In the hierarchy of salted peanuts, Planters is here. Cracking your own peanuts is right above it.
Planters is the Folgers of salted peanuts, dog. Come on now.
Okay, Folgers has its place.
Folgers is
you guys are talking some Chipotle ass talk right now, not knowing where your Taco Bell asses came from.
First of all, Taco Bell's fire. I still get Taco Bell. I don't forget Taco Bell, but their prices are astronomical now.
They're pretty bad.
Shout out the California the fast food hike, $20 an hour.
Damn, good for them.
It's almost like they don't understand economics, though.
I'm going to go. I'll go with my fourth pick. I'm going to go Starburst.
Starbursts are good.
I'm so glad none of you disagree. Not every flavor, but overall, the pack of the sleeve of Starburst is very good.
Yeah, they have each one works well with the other, but man, if they sold just pink or just red, those would hit different. Mm-hmm. Also, the different colored Starburst packs, like the tropical and the
tropical is the best,
bro. Those are fantastic. Starburst is an excellent choice. I'm gonna get crafty here. I'm going deviled eggs.
Oh, dude.
I fucking love deviled eggs.
Stop right there, dude.
Let me ask you this, because
20 is not the number I would stop at with deviled eggs, if I'm being perfectly honest.
You know what's so funny? All right, I'll ask this in a second, but I have two questions. Was deviled eggs good enough to be a 101?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I would have had no disagreement.
Okay, so it was between deviled eggs and hot Cheetos. So I was just curious on like, if I would have picked deviled eggs, like how ridiculed would I have been?
No.
Also,
0%.
let me ask you this: if I was just like, "Hey, man, you want to eat 12 hard-boiled eggs?"
No, disgusting.
No. Would you eat 24 deviled eggs though?
Without a doubt.
Without fail.
Dude, give me Old Bay. You're gonna see a magic act in which those 24 eggs disappear in about 12 seconds.
It always cracks me up because when you think about it, it's just it's 12 hard-boiled eggs. I could easily polish 24.
Dude. I mean,
yeah.
Not even an afterthought.
It's not even a question if I could do it. It's a fact. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. I could polish off 24 after just having 2 cookout hamburgers and 2 cookout hot dogs.
I say I don't watch a lot of dishes at family holiday gatherings. I eagle eye deviled eggs to make sure that it's
getting low, you got to come back.
To make sure that like you see the family members go up there once, twice. Okay, you lost your deviled egg chance. 4 more. And then you just gotta slink off because they're like, "Where'd the deviled eggs go?" You're like, "I don't know."
You're like Homer into the bush. Oh, dude, deviled eggs, fire choice. And then I'm sitting here looking at a pretty decent list, and I don't know which to take, but I'm gonna go with banana bread. Banana bread.
I know you can take hot Cheetos with you hiking. But I was just thinking, not a lot of your list you could take hiking with you. And then I imagined going on a hike with like all this stuff.
You just got a Tupperware full of deviled eggs.
First of all, if we were on a hike and I bust out deviled eggs, y'all would lose your shit.
Yeah.
Second of all, is that the mark of a true snack?
No, I don't. I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny that
I was like, because maybe I don't understand what a snack is then.
So I got a tough choice here with my. First of all, I spelled. I'm losing it here with the way that I spelled beef. I got a tough choice between these three.
How can you misspell beef?
Yeah, I don't know, but I did.
What is it spelled?
Beff.
Yeah.
Biff.
My name is Biff.
Biff, would you like some Bath jerky?
Dude, to spell it that way, you have to have buck teeth. Like, Beth.
You guys like Bath jerky? I'll go with that. I'll go beef jerky with my last pick.
Oh, beef jerky's good. You know, a lot of people don't like beef jerky, though.
Yeah, they're called communists.
They must have never snapped into a Slim Jim.
Slim Jims consistently since I was like 8 gave me heartburn. I continue to eat them. That's how good they are. It will knowingly give me heartburn, and I will eat one.
You sound like fucking Eric, dude.
Dude, those
Eric will willingly tear up his intestines for food he likes. I'm like, that's not normal, dog.
Those Slim Jim packs where it's like the cheese and the Slim Jim sausage. Dude, I used to demolish those.
Shout out WWE's oldest sponsor, dude. Slim Jim, bro. They just sponsored WrestleMania, dog. They have been synonymous with each other since like 1990, bro. Oh, that's so funny. Beef jerky.
I love me some beef jerky.
All right, Nevada.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna round it out.
I'm gonna pick an old cheese.
I'm gonna go with
cheese.
Ooh, that could make a late entry.
That would be a good snack.
Not for some people.
Not for some lactose intolerant people.
I'll just stick with the sunflower seeds.
Bro, I was wondering if sunflower seeds were gonna make this list. Man,
what a fantastic pick.
There's this ad on Instagram that's been running around. And I don't know what the name of the sunflower seeds are now, but they keep giving them to ball players to have them try it. And every single ball player is like, oh yeah, these are way better than, whatever brand of choice they like. And I was like, man, I kept thinking I should send this to you guys. Cause I was like, if ball players approve who just mow through sunflower seeds, they're good, but they have a cinnamon one that they say tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh shit.
And here's one thing. They didn't have a ranch. And I was just like, what the fuck, guys? I was like, I don't like ranch, but I know that would be a huge flavor. Like,
was this the videos of that guy handing out sunflower seeds at spring training?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know do you know the name?
Sure don't. No free ads.
Well, that was super helpful, Nevada.
My two honorable mentions: kettle corn and gummy worms.
I'm glad they didn't make the list.
Gummy worms.
Hold on. Do you not like gummy worms?
They're not top 5. They're not even the best gummy.
What's the best gummy? Bears?
Patch.
Rings?
Patch Kids.
No.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm with Jermaine on this one.
Those are the best gummies?
Or what's it called? Kazoozles. They're called something else now, but kazoozles is a way funner word, bro.
Kazoozles is a fun word. Kazoozles is a fun word that I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Hold on, they're called something else now. Look it up, dude. They're called Sweet Tarts Ropes, but they used to be called kazoozles. Have you never?
Sweet Tarts Ropes, yeah.
Have you never heard of kazoozles?
No.
Bro, why would you change that name? That is the greatest name ever for a candy.
That's a 90s ass name, though.
Well, it was a 2000s candy, so. We had these at the movie
Hmm.
theater that I managed. Oh, bro! And first of all, everyone at the movie theater love these things. I'm pretty sure the staff bought more of those candies than the people who came. The staff kept this shit in stock. But I'm going with for my honorable mentions. I have 4. I'm going hot chocolate when it's cold, but I wasn't sure how a drink works for snacks.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a snack.
So that's why I didn't put it on the list. But hot chocolate with marshmallows feels like a snack to me. So, and then I went Pop-Tarts just to spite Nevada.
Yeah, 100%.
Because
Yeah, no.
first of all, Pop-Tarts are fire, you crazy person.
There's not enough filling. I think for me, Pop-Tarts are Nick's single stuffed Oreos.
So you need a double stuffed Pop-Tart.
Then it'd be perfect.
Holy shit. We need a tweet at Pop-Tart to create a double stuffed Pop-Tart.
Double stuffed Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
Look,
Nevada, hey, Pop-Tarts, my friend likes to be stuffed. Can you get a double stuffed Pop-Tart for him?
I do want to say this to you, Nevada. Pop-Tarts are so good, they're getting a movie. Like, they're getting a movie about how they were created.
That doesn't move the needle for me.
Dude, what other snack is getting a movie?
So ridiculous.
And then I went with Snickers. Classic.
Yeah.
Hungry, why wait? And then honestly, this is the one I was going to go with 5, but I went with banana bread is yogurt. I fucking love yogurt, dude.
That was just to get at Eric, though.
I've seen him eat yogurt. He
I
bought
know
yogurt.
he has. I know he has. If I know anything about Eric, it's that he eats yogurt on the regular.
That was so bizarre. I was just like, okay, that's not a worse snack if you've willingly spent money on it. But
I'm going to honorably mention cheese sticks.
So good, dude. Like string cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, string cheese. And you don't peel them. You just take bites off.
No, you peel them.
What?
That's half the fun.
I'm going with that on this one.
I don't have the patience to peel that, dude. No chance. It's so much better in bulk.
You're just a block of cheese connoisseur.
Bro, first of all, my mom used to buy the Munster cheese blocks, which I don't know how she could afford that because cheese is expensive. But you remember the blocks of cheese?
Oh yeah.
She would get Munster cheese is like one of my favorite cheeses. Partly because my mom would buy blocks of it.
That's what I was about to say. It's the reverse of childhood trauma. It's good stuff.
Yeah, you remember Little Mermaid?
Which one?
How she? I don't know. Is there more than one Little Mermaid?
There's a live action one. Yeah.
Yeah, the OG one or the woke one.
Bro, nobody watches live action nonsense. No, the original one.
Yeah.
With Flounder. Is Flounder in the live action? I don't know.
Probably. Don't know.
Probably.
Watch it.
So Flounder was in it, and Flounder was my brother and I's like favorite. And my mom made the mistake of buying Flounder one time at the store because she likes fish. She's from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I cried. Well, I think my brother cried, and maybe I was just sad. But I was like, "You killed Flounder. You killed Flounder."
Like there was that scene in the movie, kids, with the chef. He finally got him. Little Mermaid 2, Flounder gets got.
Flounder gets got. Why do I keep stopping presenting? All right, here we go. Well, let's get into what the fuck headline, and then we'll get into blind 5. So this one, look, man, this cracked me up. So Amazon's, the Just Walk Out stores in New York where you walk in, you just grab whatever the fuck you want and walk out, and then they just charge your account.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. There's one here in DC.
Okay, so
I've used.
Turns out it isn't this mystical, fancy artificial intelligence that just knows. It relies on hundreds of workers in India watching you shop.
Don't like that.
Don't like that.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that.
Have you used the one in DC?
I have, yeah, like a couple times.
Indian people have been getting their rocks off to you, dude.
They've been like, look at that man buying so much beer. He's back again buying
beer and double stuffed Oreos.
He was like, he's buying. I think my purchases were the same both times I went. It was like orange juice, eggs, bacon, and like a 36 of Coors Light.
Dude, I walked with a 36er of Coors Banquet from the car wash home. Oh man, that was a bad idea. I needed wheels on that bitch.
This is why I just think that, like, going back to this article, I just think that we're not that scientifically advanced. Like, it's just a bunch of people watching you through cameras.
So they're actually rolling back that whole like initiative, the just walk out technology, and they're trying to introduce smart shopping carts. So that's one of the highlights of it. But it was 1,000 Indian workers were reviewing what you picked to charge you. So you were just recorded, and then somebody reviewed or was watching you live, like a live action movie, and just writing down what you bought.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
About 700 of every 1,000 walkout sales had to be reviewed by Amazon's team in India in 2022. 50 out of
just 50 of it, yeah.
50 out of every 1,000 sales to get a manual check. Mostly helps train the model that the company used for just walkout.
Yeah,
right.
Computer vision technology cannot determine with complete confidence an individual's purchases. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, no fucking shit. Like that. That's like the whole thing people said. Like, how are you going to fucking pull this off? And then they're going to replace it with dash carts. The smart shopping cart allows customers to avoid waiting in a checkout line, though they have to place their purchases in the cart, which keeps track of their selections and debits their accounts.
Right, like other grocery stores where you just get a cart and don't put your items in it, right? You will get them. You really get them.
Oh, dude, I thought this was hysterical. I was like, so people just been watching you. That's crazy, dude.
Yep.
So in the last few years, Amazon has rolled Just Walk Out to larger format stores. 27 of the 44 Amazon Fresh stores currently have the tech. And Just Walk Out to some Whole Foods stores.
Damn, that'd be bonkers.
Dang, they're testing them at Aldi and Dollar General. So a bunch of stores are actually pushing towards that initiative, which is pretty funny. Like, considering like it's just people watching.
Just have Indian people watch you.
Could you imagine getting paid to people watch though?
It's not AI. It's just Indians.
The eye is different. It's artificial.
Indian. I Indian intelligence.
Actual Indians.
Let's get into blind actual Indians. Bro, whose dog? How dare they be thirsty? All right, let's get into blind five.
Okay, Roscoe. Hey, Roscoe. Take a break, buddy. All right. Blind five. First option is going to be Braveheart.
Oh, fuck.
Mel Gibson movies.
Do we just go one?
No, I say 2 or 3.
Really? You don't like Braveheart, dude? What are you, gay?
It's not the best Mel Gibson movie. Hashtag Passion of the Christ. Joking. Everybody.
That movie's fire, though. Like, anybody can say what they want about the religion, but that movie slaps.
It's a good movie.
It was the highest grossing rated R film until Deadpool. Like, think about that. That they held the record for 20 something years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Passion of the Christ was. I cried as a kid, bro. That I talk about a movie that is impactful. That was crazy. Yeah, we'll go with. We always do this. We hedge. We're cowards. We're hedging. Give us the hedge, Nevada.
Can go.
Jim Caviezel was Jesus.
3. Yeah, he was.
All right, Braveheart at 3. Second entry is 300.
I see. This is what I thought. War movies. I might go with 5. 300 was fun, but was it really that great? What was that?
I'll go 5. Yeah.
And then they had that random Baphomet scene. Like, why was he in there? Just because Hollywood?
Yeah.
Next entry will be The Last Samurai.
Is this period pieces? Is that why you haven't said war movies is correct? But they're all war movies. All right. White people in war movies.
White. Yeah. Critical whiteness war movies.
Yo, The Last Samurai is one of my all-time favorite movies. So I say one, but
I'd be fine putting it when I love The Last Samurai.
All right. Number one is fired.
Next one will be The Patriot.
Another fire movie. When the cannonball takes the dude's head off.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson's a savage, though.
Or when I like the part that I love about The Patriot is like Mel Gibson trying to be like no, sons, don't fight the British. We'll be fine. And then he finally snaps. He's like, okay. Like,
and when he snaps, he's just he's just, just small axes in his hands and just murders a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. Throws the axes back and like jumps on top of him.
Oh, that's funny.
I say 2.
Okay. I'm good with that. Well, hopefully 4 isn't better, though.
Period war movies.
And 4 is going to be Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, it's got to be white guys in period war movies.
Did these all come out? Or, hold on, these are war movies based on historical events?
See, that's my favorite piece about Pearl Harbor, is that there's 2 things correct with Pearl Harbor. It was a harbor in Hawaii, and it was attacked.
Oh. I mean, we needed some drama. we needed a reason to care.
I mean, Pearl Harbor needs to be 5, but I'm glad it's 4. It's an awful movie.
I've never seen that movie.
It's so bad. It's like it's like a romance.
They made Pearl Harbor a romance because Hollywood does this thing where they believe that every movie has to have a love story.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to give it this much credit, but it's like Saving Private Ryan meets the Titanic.
Those are 2 fire movies, though.
I know, but not good.
Except they took out all the fire scenes in Saving Private Ryan and made it all the sex scene or made it all the dumb love stuff from Titanic. Not even the good sex scene.
Not even with the hand going against the window, dude.
No.
And it's Michael Bay, so.
He didn't.
Oh, so there's just explosions everywhere.
He didn't even smash her in the cockpit. Damn, nobody made.
He didn't even drop a full load on her in the cockpit.
There, I was like, nobody took that low hanging fruit, bro. Just put a cookie up in the zone. What are you, Javi Baez?
She didn't even take his low hanging fruit.
Yeah, dude, like Top Gun Maverick with the unnecessary like Jennifer Connelly love thread.
It's Star Wars. They just did Star Wars.
First of all, Top Gun Maverick was fire.
It was a great movie. It was Star Wars.
Historically influenced.
Yeah, I was going to say inaccurate movies because Pearl Harbor and 300 dragged that list down, but yeah, historical.
Well, hold on. Are you telling me white people never went to Japan and became samurais?
No, that's based on a true story.
I know it is.
Or it's based on a real dude. Obviously, Hollywood, put some color in the story.
No,
inspired by true events.
They took the color out.
Historically inaccurate movies is hysterical. No, I think we nailed that one though.
Yeah.
300 probably should have been 4 though.
Yeah.
Like
Nevada, read us back our list.
So you guys have 1 through 5: Last Samurai, The Patriot, Braveheart, Pearl Harbor, and 300.
Yeah, that's a good list.
Those are, well, I just got told Pearl Harbor's trash, but the other 4 movies I fuck with heavy.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor is trash. It should be above. It should be below 300.
Should have put what's it called? We Were Soldiers.
Oh, great movie. Mel Gibson does crank out some fire war movies.
Mel Gibson has hits. Mel Gibson also has some bad movies, though.
Also true.
And he's not exactly the greatest person on the planet.
Why? Because he's anti-Semitic?
Yeah, kind of overly so, though.
A little too anti-Semitic for
Yeah.
my taste.
Yeah, kind of like Walt Disney.
I like my white guys with just a little anti-Semitism.
Right. It's healthy.
Yeah, Mel Gibson is a crazy person.
Yeah.
But I think you have to be somewhat crazy to be in Hollywood.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right.
That's a fair assessment, right? Like everyone that shows up on screen is a little bit crazy.
Yeah, like if you it's kind of funny. Like I saw this, Jake Gyllenhaal is normally in these like really like of late has been in these really like manly movies where he's Roadhouse, he's the boxer, he's all these manly. I heard him talk on the Howard Stern, and he's talking about like the craft of acting in that typical actor way, where he's like talking about the beauty of it, and it's like, and I was like, oh right, everybody in Hollywood is just a twat.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing about nerding out about basketball or baseball or something. It's just his is about acting. He says no. No, Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't have a podcast, damn it.
Yeah. I think Jake Gyllenhaal does have a podcast. I would be shocked.
Everyone has a podcast. Everyone.
Yeah.
Including us.
Shout out. Break the fourth wall.
This is a podcast?
Yeah, but we use ours for good to help people earn money.
Dog, if they did paid. That's one thing I think next year we should ban parlays. Like,
I'd be down with it.
Because you have to, I want to start giving bets that people could legitimately just fade. And like, here's the thing, right? So right now we all have the guise of, well, they're all parlays, right? I'd be good if I wasn't submitting parlays, right? Let's find out if we're really good.
Not true. Have you seen my NASCAR picks? Y'all can get fucked.
That's true.
Well,
Nevada's for the brand.
You suck at picking NASCAR, Nevada. That's just what it is.
That's not
true. That's not true. Nevada is great at luck. Nevada is great at picking 495 laps of NASCAR.
He keeps losing. So if you go 6-67 in the NBA, that's shitty.
What if you go 4-43 in the NBA? Is that
good? Those are Kyle Schwarber numbers.
Oh no, that's hitting 103, by the way.
No, who's the guy who his batting average is so low right now? He wouldn't even blow over the legal limit.
Oh God, is that Miguel?
Chris Bryant?
Chris Bryant, bro. Every single Cubs player from that World Series sucks now. Like, how the fuck the Cubs won the World Series with that roster is kind of crazy now.
They all came together, dude, at the right time.
Like, it's pretty bonkers, but hey, I'm glad they got it done. Let's go ahead and get into that article, Nick.
Yeah. So to start off our NFL draft coverage, it's an article written by The Athletic yesterday. And if you guys don't have the Athletic, it's $1 for a subscription. And as a subscriber, when you put your email in, they will send you a daily email with all the top news stories in sports from yesterday. So yesterday got this newsletter, was reading it, and it's how NFL execs view the NIL landscape. And unanimously, they were quoted as saying the whole draft landscape has changed. So a couple of highlights from the letter. Basically, the takeaway from here is Thursday night, round 1, round 2. They're going to be highlights, right? You're still going to see the big players, the big prospects. They are still the real deal, right? Round 1, round 2, round 3. Those are the real deal. But once we start getting into the further rounds, here's some stats to look for and to consider the draft. Only 58 underclassmen declared for this year's draft. That's down from 130 players in 2021 and the smallest number of underclassmen since 2011. People in NFL circles say that introduction of NIL money is a clear factor because some of the guys who are getting drafted in those later draft slots have already made millions of dollars in college. So why would you not keep going back to college, build your draft stock up higher, and continue to make money at above a league minimum. Because right now the NFL minimum salary for this coming year is $795,000. So people that and players who are drafted sign 4-year deals with a 5th-year option, but they're scaled based on draft slots. So the number one pick is worth $38.5 million over 5 years. The Avs just scored. By the start of the second round, that contract dips down to about $10 million, and from the 4th round on, players make an average of roughly $1 million per season on their rookie deals. So basically, NFL GMs are saying after that 4th round, where guys are making less than $1 million, look for the drop off in talent, because those guys, those underclassmen that would have filled in the roles in those first 3 rounds aren't there. They're half of them are there. Half the talent is there. So these underclassmen can just return to college, keep making millions of dollars, and continue to build their draft stock.
That's so dramatic. Not everyone is making millions of dollars. That's what's so crazy about that article. I would love to see how many actual players are making millions of dollars. It's all the ones going in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round.
Yeah.
The reason why underclassmen aren't declaring right now is because of COVID. COVID skewed everything, right? And people hung back to hopefully recoup their draft stock because they didn't get a full season. They didn't play a regular situation. And there's the transfer rule. So there are players that can transfer and make money, but how many of them are legitimately making millions of dollars?
So there's a guy named Jason Belzer, and he's the CEO of co-founder of Student Athlete NIL, who manages more than 30 booster collectives for some of the bigger Power 5 schools. And he estimates that 40 college players make more than the 2023 NFL minimum salary of $750,000.
And those 40 are Shedeur Sanders, right? They're Travis Hunter, they're Quinn Ewers. It's the guys everyone knows about already. It's not Joe Schmo from Tennessee State, you know what I mean, who led them with 1,500 rush yards and 15 touchdowns. I think it's fascinating. It's a fascinating thing to keep watching, and maybe it is impacting it for sure. But millions, like they were throwing that number around way too much for me.
Yeah. Something to watch out for, though, and we'll see if it comes to fruition, is they think that a lot of teams will package together, because there is this idea among scouting departments and NFL executives that there isn't talent from the 4th round on. Let's see if the NFL teams package together those 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks and try to move up in the draft.
Oh, the old Saints strategy, huh? The Saints haven't traded back in the 1st round. The Saints haven't traded back in like 13 years or something like that, like the first 3 rounds. If they've always trade up, it's bonkers. That's
always
why
trade up.
That's why we have no talent anywhere right now. It's pretty awesome, you know. The tank is gonna suck when it hits.
It seems like the strategy's working.
The tank is, oh, someone's bleeding. Is that my boy, fastest skater in the league?
Who's bleeding?
Number 8, Makar, right?
Kale?
He just got smacked with the stick. Holy shit.
They call it?
Did you see it? Yeah, they did.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, man. That dude, that felt intentional. I've never played hockey before, so I don't know. But yeah, I do think it's fascinating. But that's one of the reason why this draft itself is so top heavy. There's a ton of talent that, you know, based on obviously draft war rooms, are going to grade out as potential 1st round picks. But there's only 32 picks. There's only 32 1st round picks, and the Panthers have none. So, you know, like I just don't know how believable it is that the NIL is as, you know, because
influential.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe it's a combination of, hey, I am getting paid and I'm getting a college degree, and maybe me as a 4th round pick doesn't work out in the NFL, so I'm going back to get the degree. Right there, I just feel like it's similar to how I've been trying to have that dialogue about why Tommy John is on the rise. It's more than one thing. Like, we're not going to be able to point at just one thing. And I do think NIL impacts, but they kept saying kids were earning millions. And I'm like, are they though?
Yeah, I mean, I one of the lines in the article is, if you take a guy who's a projected 6th round pick, he's going to make $90,000 in a signing bonus. Maybe not even make a roster. But like, let's say he's a starting tackle at Illinois or Rutgers, right? And let's say Rutgers goes, "Hey man, we'll give you $350K to come back to school."
That's a more believable number.
He's probably taking that
for sure.
Because, like you said,
so,
he can get his degree, but he can also, well, one of the things that we don't talk about a lot on this podcast is loss of value policies, right? He takes $350K. He takes that $350K to come back to school, and that guard also takes out an insurance policy on himself that if he gets hurt, he's going to get paid whatever he's projected to be at right then. He gets an additional year of school. Scouts aren't really scared. They're getting less scared because of COVID about age of players, right? That's why we will talk about Bo Nix and whether he's a quarterback that deserves to be drafted in the first 3 rounds, right? He's 24 years old.
He's not even the oldest. Is Michael Penix. God, that's got to be tough for broadcasters, bro. That's so dangerous. Michael Penix is like 25, isn't he?
Isn't it Penix?
I know it is.
Okay,
yes.
All right. Okay. I'm just making sure. I can't say shit. So
I thought I was. Nevada laughed. He knew I was doing it intentionally. Yeah,
I thought you were doing it intentionally too, and then you said it again after like being like ha 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 the joke, and I was like, have I been fucking saying it wrong? Is it supposed to be Penix? Shit.
I almost got Nick to start calling him Penix to all his friends.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna go on Google Translate and be like PENI.
What a pass! Jesus Christ, that was nice. Yeah. Anyways, so honestly, the age thing is fascinating, and the thing is like, it used to be like if you didn't early declare, you didn't have that value. Now it's like, well, if they're all right with it, I can go back and play for a different school. Because that's one thing that I think impacts it even more, is that a lot of these programs are building through transfer portal now.
Yeah. And now that the rule came out that it is immediate playing time, you don't even need to sit around anymore.
Yeah. So, and I think they changed it because they screwed Tez Walker and Drake May last year.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. There's a lot of mitigating factors. I think we're finally in the year that we're getting back to normal after COVID. But that COVID year really fucked a lot of things up. Right? Because you didn't have the typical, people couldn't go to the combine and test like usual, right? They didn't interview. They couldn't do all the usual things. And then the scout departments, scouting cannot be done just by film. Like, you have to watch these kids play in person. Right? Because the way someone throws a football on film is not the way someone throws a football in person. Right? It can look slower on film, but you go see him in person, you're like, holy shit, that ball comes out.
It's got some zip to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a big deal for quarterbacks. So now imagine you're doing that for every position across the board. It's fascinating though. It's fascinating. I do like that article, like the concept of it, but they kept saying millions too much. I'm like, look, you have to use NIL for basketball as well, right? You have to use it for football. They're using it for baseball. Like, there's only so many boosters in these colleges. And there's only so many big colleges on top of that. Like, no disrespect, UTEP ain't throwing around like the NIL deals kids are signing to go play at UTEP. Like, they're not getting paid the same way that someone who goes and plays for Texas or Alabama or Georgia, you know what I mean? Or hell, even NC State. I mean, I know that's only a 9-win football program, but 9 is still better than most.
10 win.
All right, so we're gonna do a draft special. So originally, I was thinking we should just go through a mock draft and someone's latest mock draft of who we thought, but then I decided we'll go through some of the picks, and then I could also get odds for like the style of pick that we're going for. So some of the questions that we got for this draft, instead of sitting here and going through a mock draft, we have how many wide receivers taken in the first round, how many quarterbacks taken in the first round, how many O-linemen taken in the first round, how many defensive players. I would just put how many defense. What a dork. Favorite prospect, best team fit pick, and then do we set the record for offensive players in the first round? Best quarterback in 10 years. That's Nick's question. And then Nevada's is and then we have best wide receiver rookie season, and we have how many first round trades. All right. What do we want to start with?
Just from the top.
Order? All right. So the very first question that we have is how many wide receivers taken in first round? And currently the line is set at over under 6.5.
6.5.
Damn.
So you got to figure you're nailing 3 right off the bat, right? Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Roman Aduze.
One sec. He's already messed it up. Over 6.5 is plus 300. Under 6.5 is minus 400.
Under Rome Adunze.
Yeah.
Needs to be Roman.
Roman Wilson. That's a wide receiver.
That the kid out of Texas, right? Mitchell.
Which one?
What's his name? Adonai
Mitchell or Xavier Worthy?
Why? Probably both of them. You could say are first round talents.
Okay.
You have the second wide receiver out of LSU, Brian Thompson Jr.
Thomas.
Whatever, dude. And then you have Georgia's Lad McConkey.
That's puts you at what, 7?
That's 7 right there. No, that's 6. Sorry,
No.
that's 6.
No, that's 7.
7.
That's
1, 2, 3.
You have the 3 plus 4 more.
He just named him. He just named him and couldn't even count.
The 2 Texas guys. Yeah, I mean, are there 6 teams that need a wide receiver in the first round?
That was going to be my question, but I was letting you count because I was getting a kick out of it. So, I mean, honestly, I'd say yes. Have you seen what they're paying wide receiver 2s now in the NFL? 29, soon to be 30-year-old Calvin Ridley just cashed in, 4 years, $92 million?
Yeah.
And Calvin Ridley, was he that good last year? I mean, he was all right? But I think so. All right, let's just look at some of the teams, right? So you have the Cardinals, right? Cardinals absolutely need a wide receiver. They traded and didn't re-sign Hollywood Brown. They traded Rondale Moore. You have the Los Angeles Chargers, who got rid of everyone who could catch a football. Then you have the New York Giants, who haven't had a good wide receiver, since who's OBJ?
Yeah. Victor
Wow.
Cruz.
They kind of played. OBJ came after Victor. I love Victor because he's a Puerto Rican. So, but I mean, maybe Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard was real good, but he kept getting hurt.
That name, wow. that was the name that came to me too.
So that's 3, right? Go ahead.
The Bears are always a wild card.
The Bears. I mean, the Falcons at 8.
The Bills need one.
The Bills for sure. The Bills for sure need one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Denver, right? They traded Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
They have other needs, but they need a wide receiver.
Yeah, not in the first round. Well, I mean, any player at 12 is yes, but
yeah.
So what are we up to now?
So that's
I think that was 5 or 6.
I think I'm going to go under.
You're going to go under?
Yeah, under 6.
Kansas City with Rashee Rice, do you think they take a first round wide receiver?
Yes.
Do the Jets take a first round wide receiver? They don't have anyone else besides Garrett Wilson.
I think the Jets will take Brock Bowers.
Fuck. I want the Saints to take him. Just give me something to be hopeful for. We have such a shitty team right now. I'm gonna.
So Nick, are you going with 6 then?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the Texas kids doesn't get drafted.
Okay.
And I don't know if and I'll probably go with 5 because I'm gonna think one of Mitchell Thomas and McConkey don't get drafted in the first round.
Man, only 5.
Yeah.
I think speed rises. Xavier Worthy with that 4.21. You know how the NFL values speed. I mean, look at Tyreek Hill as a cheat code right now.
Speed.
So, yeah, dude, there's the Raiders' whole organization. I think that's the sound they make every draft. Speed. I'll take the over at plus 300. I'm going the over. This is a little foreshadowing for other stuff later on in the draft.
What was the under again?
Minus 400.
Minus 400.
Well, there's no fun in that.
Yeah, but we're not going for juice. We're going for correct, right?
Yeah.
I just really like this wide receiver class, so I feel like the way the NFL plays football now. It's like in my opinion, you know how you say 1 is none, 2 is 1?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about wide receivers right now because they get hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they had 2. Both of them missed games last year. You just ask Nick's dynasty team.
Yeah, no doubt. Roman Wilson from Michigan and Troy Franklin are also from Oregon, are also guys to keep your eye on as wide receivers. They might sneak in. They're listed on some big boards above Brian Thomas and Ladd McConkey.
People do really love Troy Franklin. Why can't I say that? But his combine kind of put the spooks in people because he kept dropping some passes. I was like, Troy, what are you doing, big fella? And he's a little light in the ass. But let's move into very next one we have is how many QBs taken first round. We have the line set at over under is 4.5. Over is minus 300. Under is plus 230. So we can almost book
the top 3.
We can almost book 4 as well, with JJ McCarthy being the one that people trade up for.
He's shot up draft boards, huh?
Yeah, I honestly think he's a good quarterback. I really do.
I don't think he's a good quarterback.
Ooh, all right. You want to put a little beer money on that?
On him being a good quarterback?
Yeah. How will we wait?
I was about to say, how do we test that?
No, it's rookie season. Maybe we'll put a pin in this and we'll wait to see if he gets drafted to a situation where he's going to start. Because if he gets drafted to a situation where he doesn't play, obviously there's no bet. I think he's a good quarterback. Though.
What's the knock on Penix? He's too old.
He's too old, and the other thing that people don't like about him is his injury history. Obviously, the reason why he stayed in college so long was he tore his ACL twice in the same knee. But it's fascinating that the NFL still has this injury concern question mark because NFL players who tear their ACL once are 70% more likely to tear their ACL again. So,
do you really need ACLs? Really?
Ask Tajay Spears. He doesn't have any, right?
Let's just evolve from needing ACLs.
And Jermaine, to your point, I believe it was after ideally your first ACL, but if you have a second ACL, if you haven't had an injury to it, I can't remember the exact timeline, but I want to say it's 18 months or maybe less. The likelihood of you re-injuring the ACL goes down by like tenfold.
Yeah, so, exactly. There's a lot of science in this.
Yeah, he's well past that mark. So in theory,
we're a science podcast.
We're a science podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the other thing was his throwing mechanics. So they think that his motion is kind of herky jerky.
Dude, he does. He uses almost all arm to throw that ball.
Yeah, but you can coach that.
Yeah, I mean, look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen came off his back foot throwing in college.
Baker Mayfield with Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield continuously had his foot pointing the opposite direction of where he was throwing the football. And
Cam Newton.
And they kept wondering why his ball was sailing. He goes to Tampa Bay. All of a sudden, Baker Mayfield's putting that motherfucker on a dime.
They're like, no, Baker. Point at your target.
Point at your target, sir.
So we can book
4.
Daniels, Williams, McCarthy, May. Although I don't like May, but whatever.
Is that bias? Because he played for okay.
Well, that's actually watching him, right?
That's why I'm asking.
That's watching Drake May and being like, "Where's the hype?"
People love him, but it's because he's 21. He's developmental. He can run, but
developmentally challenged.
He misses a lot of throws, dude. But he also played with not good wide receivers.
I know you guys get on me for doing this, but in the NC State game, NC State left him with chance after chance after chance to come back in that game, and he could not do it. And NC State was not known for their defense last year.
It's a 10-win football team, dude.
It is, yeah. 40 points per game, I think. So my question to you guys would be, what's the line set out again?
I thought Nevada was breathing like that until I realized it was the dog. I was just like, Nevada, you good, dog?
He's taking over for Eric.
The line is 4.5. Overs -300. Unders +230.
So Nevada, what are your thoughts on this? Over or under?
I think it's an easy over.
It's an easy over.
Because you're going to have 4 quarterbacks in the first 6 picks to begin with. And then you still got the Broncos, the Raiders. Those are the other 2 like big ones later in the draft that still need a quarterback. So
and
I'm surprised.
Minnesota, right?
Well, I think I had Minnesota
trading up.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to think about it. But I'm surprised it's at 4.5. I would have put the line at 5.5, but whatever. They know something we don't, I suppose. It's an easy over for me.
Yeah, it's -300 for a reason. I think it is over on this one. I honestly think I could see 6 being taken.
Yep.
I think we could set the record because there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
And one thing that I keep thinking is like, can a team trade back into the first round to get that 5th-year option of cost control on a quarterback, right? So, and I know the Denver Broncos are enamored with Bo Nix, right? And Nick, you wanted to talk about Bo Nix, right?
I was just saying Bo Nix is Bo Nix would be a guy that 5 years ago was not drafted, right? He was a guy, or he got drafted in Sunday, or
it's just undrafted.
Yeah, no,
Day
sorry.
3.
It got drafted Saturday, day 3 guy, because he's 24 years old, right? Penix, same thing. We talked about it. Bo Nix, I think, has played for every school in the Pac-12.
I know he started at Auburn, right? He started at Auburn.
Yep. He started at Auburn, I think, under Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, he was there. He was pretty soon after camp. No, that's not true.
He might have been there in the Tommy Tuberville days. And that man's been a senator for like 4 years.
All right, Nick, so you're going over as well, correct?
I agree with Nevada. I think the 4.5 line is too low.
They don't want to lose money. That's why.
I think it's just too low. And so, yeah, I'll go under, or I'll go over. Sorry.
Over. All right. Let's go to O-line. The line is currently set at 9.5. Over under 9.5. Over is minus 200. Under is plus 160. There's a lot of great offensive linemen.
I think it's what you're talking about with teams that need an O lineman, like the Titans. The Chargers need O linemen. Washington can trade up to get O linemen. The Saints, the Seahawks, the Steelers are big on drafting an O lineman. The Cowboys, the Packers, the Ravens.
Yeah, and then there's also the triple Fs of O line. There's the Fuaga, there's the Fatanu, and the Fashanu.
Yeah, and thank you for pronouncing those, Jermaine, because holy cow, 42-year-old Zach Parisi just scored in a
holy shit, Colorado took the lead. I didn't see the third goal.
Yeah. Oh, Parisi's so happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy for him.
J.C. Latham is there.
Yep.
You have Graham Barton, the O lineman from Duke, Amarius Mims, the dude with the gigantic arms. I think he's like an inch shorter wingspan than Wemby or some crazy shit like that, dude.
Joe Alt, we haven't talked about the best offensive prospect, I think.
Yeah, I thought you mentioned him when you said Tennessee, but I think and then you have Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma.
You got a couple centers in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him. I'm going through the prospect.
Jackson Powers Johnson.
Oh, he's a darling.
Yep.
He's a darling out of Oregon, yeah.
It's basically said that the Steelers are debating between Jackson Powers Johnson and Amarius Mims. They will take whoever is available at 20.
That's the worst kept secret in the league.
Yeah.
It's worse kept than Minnesota trying to trade up.
Yeah. You have Connor Beebe from Kansas State.
Zach Frazier from West Virginia.
Yep. You mentioned and then you have a bunch of guys around that kind of like around Tyler Guyton's spot. You have Roger Rosengartner from Washington, Patrick Paul from Houston, Christian Mahogany from Boston College,
Jordan Morgan from Arizona.
I think there's a bunch of really good offensive linemen. What's the line set at?
9.5.
Jesus.
I went over on wide receivers, so I'm going under on linemen. I wonder if I can parlay those.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you sons of bitches. Just get all mad for no reason.
9. So the latest mock draft from Brandon Donahue of Sharp Football Sports has 9 offensive linemen going in the first round.
Under has that juice, Nick, plus 160.
Yeah.
I think 10 is too many. I don't see really 10 first round offensive linemen, in my opinion.
I mean, like okay, so I'll list names. You tell me yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Alt.
Yes.
J.C. Latham.
Yes.
Fashanu.
Yep. I hope the Saints get him.
Uaga.
I hope the Saints get him.
Mims.
He's late first, and I don't know why. There's something I don't know, but yes, I think he gets drafted purely based on traits.
The Steelers are going to pick him or Jackson Powers Johnson. We'll just see who it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jackson Powers as well. So I have him.
Right. Okay. So Guyton.
I could see him going, yes.
Barton.
No.
Morgan.
No.
Okay. So yeah, that's I mean, we could do Connor Beebe.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like a lot of these guys feel like day 2 picks.
They do.
Now they're going to be great. They're going to be good.
They're going to be fantastic ball players, but they're not. The thing with first round picks, and maybe someone reaches a little bit because they want that extra year of cost controlled O-line play, because that 5th year option for first round picks is a big deal. But I just don't see 10. I don't see it. I'm going under.
Yeah. Nevada, thoughts?
I'm under as well. It's just too high. Kind of like you guys already touched on. There's probably going to be a big run on them starting early round 2, but There's just too much top end talent. As great as these guys are, we haven't even talked about the defensive side yet. So, and I know me and Jermaine are lockstep in this. Football teams should be built from the trenches. So it's definitely a good draft to start building in the trenches.
Yeah, I mean, you figure we've already said what? It's going to be at least 6 wide receivers. It's going to be at least 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's 11 of 32. Defensive guys have to get drafted.
not have to. They're going to. They're also talented. Yeah.
If you figure 8 of the guys are defense in a bad draft, like a quarter of them are defense. Like we think of the remaining 13 picks, 10 of them are offensive linemen.
Yeah, bro. Like
that's bonkers.
It's bonkers. That's my thing. That's why I'm taking the under. Plus it's plus 160. So I'll take the juice on that one and sweat that out because I think it gets fucking close.
See, here's the thing, right? And I love that this is mirrored in fantasy football. When there is a position that gets taken, and then that same position gets taken, it starts a run on that position.
Oh, for sure.
Because teams panic, or they think, oh, we can trade up. Or teams that have already picked are like, oh, crap, we got to get our guy now. Mm-hmm. And they trade up.
For sure. Yeah, so runs happen in drafts all the time. Yeah.
You know, if you put credit in this mock draft between picks 11 and 16, there are 4 offensive linemen taken.
Is that a replay or did they just score again?
That's 4-2, baby.
Oh, all right. Sorry. I keep forgetting I might be ahead of you. So
with 7 seconds in the with 7 seconds left in the second. Suck it, Winnipeg.
And that was just
Avs in 5.
Shut up. I don't want to fucking hear it from you.
Mr. Charles Manson himself, who fucked up last game.
Yep. Yeah. I'm hitting the under as well, but it's going to be scary if 11 through 16. This mock draft says 11 through 16. 4 of the 6 picks are going to be offensive linemen. I might be yelling at my TV.
shit. Yeah. All right, so we're going under. Let's kind of speed this up. How many defensive players do we see being selected in the first round? Total right now, over under is 10.5. Another fantastic line. I see minus 190 for over, plus 150 for under. Foreshadowing, I'm taking the under. I think 10 defensive linemen get taken.
Wait,
sorry, defensive linemen.
I was like
10 defensive players.
Just defensive linemen.
just hog mollies all day, dude.
All right. So we look at the big board. You can probably say Latu is going, Turner's going, Murphy the second's going, Quinyon Mitchell's going.
Absolutely. Yep.
Kool-Aid McKinstry is going.
Yep.
Wiggins is probably going.
For sure.
Cooper DeJean is probably going.
I don't know. That one's debatable, but people
that
love
one
him.
Is debatable.
Jared Verse.
Yep. I already said Dallas Turner, right? Oh, yeah. I think I did.
Yeah, you did. You said Turner.
Yeah, Jared Verse. Yep.
Did you say
Chip Robinson, maybe?
Chop
Robinson. Sorry.
He's borderline as well.
Right.
So it's already getting thin. Just talking through it, it's already getting thin.
Yeah, and we said, I just did the math and I said, hey, if you break it down the way we've broken it down, I mean, if you just take Vegas's numbers, right?
You have Edgerrin Cooper and Rakestraw Jr. from Missouri as well.
Right. Let's take Vegas's numbers. 5.5 quarterbacks. 5.5 wide receivers, 4.5 quarterbacks.
6.5 wide receivers, 4.5 quarterbacks, 0.5 for safeties and running backs. Offensive linemen,
which I think hammer the under.
Hammer the under. Offensive players is 21.5. Defensive players is 10.5.
What a fantastic line.
Offensive lineman is 9.5. Defensive lineman edge is 6.5. And corners is 5.5.
Oh my God, 10.5 is such a great line. Nevada, thoughts?
I have I have over 10.5. I can get into some of the. I think Cooper's going to go, which might be a foreshadowing for one of our other categories. I think there's going to be a lot of those fringe guys, the day 2 or day 1 guys, but I like the over, which leads into the next one as far as the. Oh no, that's a little bit later for the offensive players taken record. But long story short, I got over. I think a lot of those guys that you said were borderline. I think they're going to go in the first round.
Okay.
I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under. I think the line is great at 10.5. I just don't. I think there is so much offensive talent, top-loaded offensive talent, that now, because we're a professional podcast, I think we will break the record for offensive players in the first round.
Let's get into that one.
It's 19, right, Jermaine?
Yes, that's what I remember looking.
But we go under Vegas's.
For most offensive players taken.
Oh, that doesn't make sense. Never mind.
NFL draft.
Oh, that's a conundrum I just worked myself into.
19. So 19 is the record. Vegas's line is 21.5.
Right, but I just worked myself into a conundrum by saying I think we go under Vegas's line, but under defensive players.
Oh, yeah. So if you're going under defense, you're going over offense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Nevada went over on defense.
Yep.
I'm going over on offense.
Yeah.
I think we shatter the record by 3. I think 22 offensive players get taken, and I think it's wide receivers that are the ones that get gobbled up. That shatters that over 6.5 as well. So that's kind of where I was going already, if you notice my picks, because I took the over on the wide receivers. I think wide receivers become arguably the second most important offensive position in football. I know O-line is still and the offensive player lines is over is plus 150, under is minus 190, and the over under is set at at 21.5.
Man.
And the under again, what was the under on that one?
Minus 190. So
minus 190.
It's inverted of the defensive players.
You know what? Yeah, since I went under on defense, I just think we're gonna have another one of these, like I talked about, fantasy football drafts where quarterbacks are flying off the board. Get your quarterback before they're gone. Wide receivers are flying off the board. Get your running back. Get your wide receivers before it's gone. Offensive linemen are flying off the board. Get your offensive linemen before they're gone. And I think those 3 runs are just going to pile offensive players on. Buy onesie, twosie here and there, but there's not going to be a lot left. I think we know the teams that need defense. I think the Falcons probably are going to take defense. They're pretty well stocked up on their offensive side, but they are the Falcons, so they might Falcon.
They might be an O-lineman as well.
Right.
You got to protect Kirk Cousins' Achilles, right?
I think the Rams are trying to replace some players on their defense.
Aaron Donald just retired.
Right. I think the Cardinals, if the Cardinals trade into the first round, it will be for defense. Trade into, so have their first pick and then trade into for a second pick.
Right.
You might be looking at, if the Chargers trade in to the first round, will they take defense after taking an offensive player, or vice versa?
If they trade, depending on who they take first, I think they take a wide receiver if they don't trade out. If they take a wide receiver, they're trading back in. I think they go O-line.
Yeah. The Eagles love to take defensive players.
Only if they're from Georgia.
Right.
Nick, so you're going over on offense, right?
I am going over, yeah.
All right, so let's get into a favorite prospect here. This is we're finally out of the the odds minus trades. Let me try to find trades, but go ahead and give your favorite prospect, Nick or Nevada.
Oh, You know what? It may be because I'm so entrenched in Steelers talk with the fan base I've chosen to reside with. Not my favorite fan base, but the fan base that I get a lot of news from. I would say whoever goes to the Steelers is going to be a great prospect, right? I love Amarius Mims. I love Jackson Powers Johnson. If Jackson Powers Johnson goes to the Steelers, he reminds me of a Maurice Pouncey type player, where he's just going to anchor that Steelers line for a decade.
I think that's a fair comparison.
And I do hope they draft him.
That's who you hope?
I do hope they get him. And at 20, if he's available, why not take him? There's been a lot of, but then again, you can't trust a lot of media reports, but I like him. I think he has, really for any team he goes to, I think Jackson Powers Johnson has the ability to be that decade, 15-year-long center that teams are looking for.
Okay, so you're taking whoever Pitt takes Jackson Powers Johnson in parentheses. I'm taking cornerback Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo. I think he's going to be the best corner in this pretty good class, to be honest. I see shades of Sauce Gardner, but with less hype.
Especially playing at Toledo. Not a lot of big tape on this kid.
Yeah. Nevada?
I'm stuck between two wide receivers, but I'm going to go with one who seems to be a little bit more well-rounded. I'm going to go with Xavier Legette out of South Carolina.
That's not where I saw that going. I was expecting him to take Cooper DeJean.
Yeah. I think that was the obvious pick, though.
6'1", 220, runs a sub 4.4, averages just under 18 yards a catch. He's got great body control, can high point the ball. Obviously, he's got power. He's a big boy, and he's a great open field runner. So I think he's maybe one of the
sucked
better
every year except last year, though. Why did he suck his first 4 years?
Probably because he had shit quarterbacks.
Oh, Spencer Rattler's a dream.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler just showed up, 2 years ago?
Yeah, he sucked with him his first year, too. And he was a senior. He was a senior.
So give him a year. But I'm going to go with Xavier Legette.
Can I throw in a Homer honorable mention here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he's going to do well in the NFL because he makes far too many mistakes, and this is 3 years of watching the kid. I would love to see Peyton Wilson, linebacker from NC State, succeed in the NFL. He has your typical hard-nosed, early 2000s, like think Dan Morgan, middle linebacker energy, right? Like Luke Kuechly, Dan Morgan. I just think when he makes plays, he is in on at NC State. He was in on every play. He is a cerebral player, and when he is good, he reminds you of Luke Kuechly. Watching him play and the way he hit holes and hit gaps reminded you of Luke Kuechly. He always knows where the ball is going. He has dumb penalties when his emotions get the best of him, which you could coach that out. But also I don't think he's fast enough to be a linebacker in the NFL.
Okay.
I don't think he can cover. I don't think he's big enough to cover these tight ends. And I don't think he's fast enough to stick with running backs in the NFL.
Damn. That's a double whammy. He's a tweener.
Yeah.
He's a tweener. All right. So the next one is best team fit pick. I'm going to go with
I already answered it.
Yeah, no, that's why I thought it was pretty funny the way you answered the last one. Your favorite prospect is also your best team fit pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Troy Franklin. Why can I not say that name? Troy Franklin, wide receiver to the Carolina Panthers.
Ooh.
Can we not draft an LSU wide receiver this year, please? Dear God. Dear God.
He's from Oregon. You're safe.
Or sorry, not LSU wide receiver, not SEC wide receiver. We tried with Old Miss. We tried with LSU. Move on. Pick somebody else.
All right. Nevada, who do you got?
So Nick kind of stole my thunder. I was going to say Peyton Wilson.
To who, though?
But I'm going to switch it up, and I'll see if you can guess the team. I'm going to go with Cooper DeJean. Can you guys
Packers.
get it?
Seahawks.
No. They're both Dan Campbell guys.
Oh, Detroit.
Yeah. Just like what Dan Campbell did last year with Amari Gibbs and
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell.
What are you, the name police?
Just
these kids have names. Let's get it right, boys.
No.
If you were getting drafted, you want people to talk about your name correctly.
No.
You lying ass.
I'm a
bitch.
millionaire. I don't care.
Damn, you saw that save by Bob?
Yeah.
He was literally Superman in the air.
Dude, that's crazy. Put it away. Tampa Bay, you fucking assholes.
How did you not score that goal? That's crazy. All right. No, I think honestly that's a great team fit as well. And they need secondary. Secondary is trash last year. Let's get into
well, let me throw in my honorable mention if I didn't answer my second one. Brock Bowers to the Jets.
No.
I love Brock Bowers to the Jets.
He's not going to have a quarterback in 1 year.
It doesn't matter. This year is all we need. Repeat last year. Have Aaron run out with the flag, blow out the ACL, and then whoever is the backup can
If you have Aaron run out with the flag, I will go down there and personally shoot Rob Saleh. No, put him in a bubble. Roll him onto the field.
Roll him out in the bubble.
All right, that's fair. I want Brock Bowers to go to the Saints.
That is also a great pick.
I think every team wants, or every fan of their team wants Brock Bowers.
No, it's
not me.
Derek Carr loves tight ends. Get him the tight end.
Not me. I'm fine with Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble.
All right, best QB in 10 years. Let's not beat this horse. Just pick a name, boys. Don't sweat it.
Jaden Daniels.
Oh, man. None of them.
None of them fucking hate her, dude.
Oh, dude.
Pick one of the six.
Come on, Nick.
I don't love any
Jermaine,
of them.
who you got?
I don't love any of them, so I'm going to say with the absolute talent, we've never seen a rookie get this much absolute talent his first year. And the thing that sinks rookie quarterbacks is not having talent, not having pass catchers, and not being surrounded by these guys. I'm going to say Caleb Williams starts his career out great, and in 10 years, he's the best quarterback from this draft.
Caleb Williams is a smash pick. I don't understand why people are. He's been so good for so long. People hate him now. That's how good he is.
Well, because he bets on himself. I think that's the problem.
I'm going JJ McCarthy though, just to be different.
Oh, okay.
I think JJ McCarthy's a damn good ball player. And if he goes to Minnesota with Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, and Aaron Jones, like. It's a pretty fucking good landing spot in its own right. Yep. I'm going with JJ McCarthy, but parentheses Minnesota. If he goes somewhere, if he goes somewhere else, I would like to switch to Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
All right, best wide receiver rookie season. Give us a name, Nick.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, Chalk City Jones. And you, Nevada?
Odunze.
Yeah, that's who I was going to go with. I'll go with Odunze.
We're just going to be we've heard about this guy for so long. We're going to be so disappointed if Marvin Harrison doesn't have a good season.
If he goes to the Cardinals, your pick is the obvious choice. I'm very scared of the New England Patriots.
The New England Patriots are going to do a Patriots thing and take Drake May. I hope to God they take Drake May.
I hope they trade out of it. I don't want to see them pick top 10. Get out of there, New England.
The easy pick would be Harrison, but again, it depends on where he goes. Whereas Odunze looks like he's not to his own fault, but he's starting to go down the draft board just because of all the likely run on quarterbacks, and he's getting get pushed down naturally. So he's getting to a better position each slot he falls down.
If Buffalo drafts Adonai Mitchell, that might be the pick, dude. Anyways,
Yeah.
How many first round trades? Give us a number.
5.
Dang, I was gonna go 5. I'll go 6 then.
Give me 8 first round trades.
Woo!
Okay.
I just the number. There's no like logic in that.
I was like, oh, okay, cool.
All right,
That's
so
gonna be exciting.
And then this is a fun one. Did you guys just score off that? No, that was a replay.
No, that's a replay. These are
Yeah,
replays.
the intermission is so long; it gets me every single time I see a replay. Give me who you think is going to be the biggest bust. Just someone who's ranked real high and you just don't fucking get it.
Jaden Daniels, dude.
Jaden Daniels. Okay.
I think he's much more RG3 than Cam Newton. And we keep talking about him like he's this big bruising quarterback with this awesome arm. And I just don't see it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with – I'm stuck between 2, but I'll go with Drake May.
Yeah.
Drake May.
That was going to be my second pick.
I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr.
LSU wide receivers have not been doing great lately.
I don't know what it is. I don't really fuck with him. I hope he proves me wrong. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not rooting for his downfall. I hope he proves me wrong. I am just saying I don't see it. And that's all I'm saying. It's easy to go with quarterbacks because the NFL misses like 70% of the time on quarterbacks. And the number 1 drafted is rarely ever the best quarterback in that draft.
Hold on, Joshua Rosen is calling me. Hold on, I need to get off.
Let me just get a USC quarterback on the line.
Yeah. Do you guys have any sleepers off the top of your head, either first round or somewhere else in the draft?
Tavondre Sweat, defensive tackle out of the University of Texas, continues to fall down draft boards, and I don't understand why. And Byron Murphy II, also out of Texas, I think he's going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, Sweat was kind of my linchpin in the over-unders for defense and offensive players taken.
Why do I think Jonathan
Brooks he's
Brooks
going to be first round?
He's got the talent for it. I just think with the issues off the field, I think that's where he's going to get pushed down a little bit.
Okay, for sure.
I just think Jonathan Brooks is not a guy you should draft in the 3rd round because he's going to keep a list of every single team who didn't draft him, and he is going to run like a fucking madman against those teams.
He was so good last year. And the reason why we didn't know about him before is one dude's name. One name is the reason why nobody knew about Jonathan Brooks except for me. That's just my team, so I was a big dork about it. But Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson kept that man off the field, and that man, every time he touched the ball, it was positive yardage.
Right, and Bijan can't even score. So, like, what are we even talking about?
Why are we worried?
Another running back, and I don't know why he's getting so much slack. Blake Corum. No. I think Blake Corum has the ability to be a out of the backup 3rd down type guy. Like a trick play guy, a second running back for a team for a very long time. I
don't agree with that one. I think he's Gus Edwards.
Gus Edwards is still playing in the league. He's had a pretty good
career. I'm not saying that he's not going to have a good, not going to have a good career.
We just said the same thing though. I just said he has the ability to be a 3rd down pass catcher, running back 2 for a team.
I don't think he's a pass catcher at all. I think you bring him in on the goal line and you hope he scores. I just don't see it with Blake Corum. And I'll happily be wrong, though. But I think Marshawn Lloyd is better than Blake Corum, USC running back. But you guys got anything else? Nevada? Any other sleeps?
I'll go with one real quick. I'll go with Luke McCaffrey.
Cooper.
Oh, dude, I've been looking at him too. I just hope he's good.
6'2", 200. Apparently, he's faster than Christian.
He did. He had a faster 40.
Former quarterback turned wide receiver in 1 year and lit up granted it's Rice, but lit up the record books for
Hold on.
Texas football, dog.
And also, hold on.
Well, you're talking Texas football relative to
I know
the big boys, but all right.
What are you going to say? Hold on for, Nick.
It's D1 college football.
The position change is what gives me hope, but
Exactly.
he is a project. I would love for Kyle Shanahan to take like a 5th round flyer on him. Obviously, because McCaffrey is there, but Kyle Shanahan is a former wide receiver, so he can get that boy trained up. So I think that'd be fascinating. Personally,
Only 2 seasons at wide receiver. His strengths, according to NFL.com, accelerates into top speed very quickly. Fearless in the teeth of the defense. Route running improved. Made jaw-dropping one-handed catches. Focus drops do not exist in his dojo.
That's a great line.
I love scouting reports, dude.
You know what scares me with that? It sounds like a perfect fit for the Chiefs.
Sounds like a perfect fit for the Denver Broncos, where focus drops very quickly enter the dojo.
Don't even have a quarterback to throw him the ball.
All right, we've gone long enough. Thanks for listening to us. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or the artist formerly known as X, or however you say it, and YouTube at Podcast Room 303. Follow our sister pod, Revenge of the Pod, on all things social and anywhere you listen to them. And we'll see you next time when you come on. Well, sorry, for myself, Jermaine Clone Mendez, for my co-host Nick, for the executive producer Nevada.
Go Avs.
We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.
Go Avs, go.